Hello, in this video I'm going to show you the three stages of a CRM. What really drives this CRM? How is the CRM controlled till the time the customer's order has finally been satisfied? I assume that you have logged into the CRM. Go into the business development into the order processing section, click on customer inquiries. The customer inquiries form opens up. Now on the top right hand corner, you'll see the three stages of your CRM: lead, opportunity, and account stage. Now what is a lead stage? A lead stage is a negotiation stage. This is the stage where you are negotiating with the buyer as to what is his requirement for a particular product, what are the terms and conditions which he has, his payment terms, in which currency, the quantity, all this is the entire requirement for a particular product or many products of a buyer. That happens in the negotiation stage. By default, all the three stages have got a pending status. Each stage has three predefined status messages: pending, work in process, that's WIP, work in process, and completed. Pending means the work hasn't begun. WIP means the work is in process, and completed means the work at this stage has been finished. Alright, so these three things will be there present for all the three phases. So I hope you have understood what's a negotiation stage. Second is the opportunity stage. This is when a buyer shows interest in your sales pitch for the products and the terms and conditions which you are offering him. That's the time when he will tell you, okay, please send me an offer. So when an offer is sent, this status from pending will change automatically to a work in process status. Now these status messages can be changed manually by yourself by choosing this combo box and choosing any of these statuses, or you can have these things done automatically. I will show you how it's changing automatically. So once the offer is sent, your status will change to work in process. So when your offer is sent to the buyer definitely is going to take some time to go through your offer, and maybe he'll further negotiate with you, or maybe he'll finalize. So till the time you don't get any response from your buyer, you need to follow up with him. So till then, your status will always be work in progress. Once the offer has been finalized, you will have to be after your buyer to send you the PO or the money. It's the same thing. So till the time you do not receive your PO, your account stage will always show as work in process status. Once your PO is received, it becomes completed. When the completed option is selected manually, you will get information for indent preparation. Do you wish to inform indenting department to create an indent for this inquiry? Yes or no? Right now let's say no, and it tells you indenting department not intimated for creating an indent for this inquiry. So let's see how they are interrelated. By default, they all three will have a pending status. For example, I take a new inquiry. It's me who's handling it as a demo. The status is pending. There is no inquiry number. There is an inquiry date by default and a time. So I'm creating this inquiry for a new financial year. I'm choosing an inquiry type, that's an inbound call. Okay, and I choose a buyer. Now the moment I choose a buyer, you see what happens to this lead stage status message. Let's say I choose a buyer. The moment I selected a buyer, CRM knows that now my work has started. So automatically he's gone and changed the status to work in process. I've got an inquiry number, a cloud inquiry number. Okay. My inquiry status is open. Now I'm still with the client asking him for his products. Okay. So for example, I have selected a product. I have discussed a product with him. And I've done my entire RFQ process. I get a price and I put in my price and all the terms and conditions out here. Unit type, USD, my payment terms, for example, commission percentage. Okay, so now I have these details filled up for this particular product. Okay, I save it, and now the buyer tells me, okay, send me an offer when you're in the negotiation process. The moment I click on generate offer or quotation, see what happens to this status. I click on this button. This is a demo. Okay, and you see this stage, the negotiation stage, which is the lead stage, has automatically become completed, and the opportunity stage has a status work in process, which means the offer has been sent to this buyer. This is the offer which will go to the buyer. Now once the offer has reached the buyer is definitely going to take his time to go through all the details in the offer, and he's going to get back to you. Now till the time he doesn't get back to you, you are going to get back to him. You are going to follow up with him. So that's the entire objective. We have a follow-up section out here where you will have a reason for you to follow up with the buyer. You're following for the lead stage, opportunity stage, or account stage. So once you follow up with the buyer and he says, okay, I'm okay with the quotation or the offer which you sent me, so I am then you can mark the stage as completed, and you need to follow up with him for the purchase order or your money. So this stage will always remain pending, a work in process, till the time you do not receive your money or your PO. So there is an entire follow-up procedure out here which needs to be executed till the time this gets completed. So let's take for example a small procedure, like I'm calling up for an account for my PO to this buyer. That's my date of, let's say this is my date of contact. I contacted him on the 1st of April. So let's say today, he's taking today's date. Mobile. You spoke to the buyer. I spoke to Mr. A, and he says call tomorrow. So you need to give a follow-up status. So you can say a status can be either completed, and if it's not completed, that means it needs to have any one of these reasons. If the reason which you want to put in is not present in this list, you can always create that reason over here. Okay, let's say I added him and is present out here. You see, so since nothing happened today, you need to call him again. So let's say I want to call up tomorrow again, 3/4/2014. Okay, and I'll say let Outlook remind me. So you get a message saying your request to follow up is added to Microsoft Outlook. Outlook will now remind you of this inquiry follow-up. Okay, so if you go to Outlook and the calendar, you'll see there is a small reminder which has come on your calendar. If you double click, it will tell you reference inquiry follow-up number 177 dated so and so. You have to follow up with this inquiry. Now, there are a lot of details which can come into this email body. You will have to tell us what all you want and we will put it there for you so that it's easily identifiable. For example, I'll show you if you want an email follow-up history on an email body. So this is how you can get the emails. I'll just take you to the first one. Here we go. We have some follow-ups here. Just a demo entry, yeah. So you can get these things like customer follow-ups, dear user, name of the user, inquiry number 1 for buyer 1 is closed and doesn't require a follow-up because this inquiry is already closed. You see, this inquiry is already closed. We're trying to follow up for a particular product. This is the name of the product, all the details which you have discussed, and this is the entire follow-up trail. In this month, on this date, you called up when it was on lead stage. Okay, so you get to see all the details, opportunity, account, who closed the inquiry. So all this can be sent further by email. Okay, so let's say I save it. This thing still shows work in process. Now tomorrow if I have to call up again on this date, I don't have to type all this again. I need to click on this button here, say duplicate follow-up record. So when you click on this record, this full record gets duplicated. All you need to do is just change the related things out here. Like we are going to follow up on 3rd. Again, you speak to the same person and let's say okay, PO is ready and expected today. So since this is getting completed, I say completed. So the moment I choose completed, see what happens here. I say completed. So even that completes and I don't have to call up further. So I remove this date because I had already duplicated this record. So this date got carried forward out here. I save it and that's it. So you see, that's how a follow-up is done and recorded out here. If you want to see all this recorded follow-up, we will give you a button which can show you all the follow-ups, all the discussion that has happened for that particular follow-up. So you can either mail it to your seniors or you can send it to the buyer saying I have called you so many times and this was all the discussion, so what's really happening to this particular inquiry. Okay, now these are that was one way of showing you how to do it manually as well as automatically. Now each of these fields are dependent on one another. For example, I say the lead stage is pending. So if the lead stage is pending, you cannot have opportunity completed and account completed. So therefore, if you choose the lead stage to be pending, automatically everything will go pending. But your record will still remain, which means you know there is something wrong. Somebody has gone and made a change or some changes happened out here. So we have kept this on purpose because there are separate follow-up departments who perform all follow-ups and they need to do things manually. So let's say for example lead stage, they can put it as work in process. Okay, they go to opportunity stage, they say work in process here. If this is work in process, this has to be completed, so automatically this changes. You see, if this is pending, this also has to be pending. Okay, so let's say I have completed this stage, this also completes, this remains pending. Now supposing if this is pending and this is pending, everything is pending, There are times when this particular inquiry can go directly to a boss, and that boss, your boss, can close that inquiry in a matter of 10 or 15 minutes. Now, that inquiry which has just got closed needs to be recorded. It needs to be recorded for future reference. So you get to know that if this inquiry was closed, who closed it. So that needs to be put under your boss's name. Mostly this is done by the boss's secretary. Otherwise, you will have a record of a particular inquiry getting closed, but you will not have a record as to who's closed the inquiry. Okay, so if the boss closes the inquiry, he may not have to record any kind of follow-up because that's just happened in the same day in 10 to 15 minutes. So what he could do is, or the secretary could do is, instead of changing all this, she could just go to accounts and say complete it. So it would complete all of it. Once the three completed statuses are come, you will get this message. Do you wish to inform indenting department to create an indent for this inquiry? Let's say yes. This is an indent preparation alert. I say yes. So an indent is created to a person. These are all demos for the particular indent on this date. Please create an indent based on this inquiry number. What is the commission to be applied at your earliest possible convenience? Okay, so all this content we can modify and put it for you based on whatever you want to inform the indenting department. This is just a demo, just a template, just to show you how an email is created. Okay, I'm not saving it. So once all these three are flagged as completed, you see in inquiry details your inquiry status automatically closes. There's nothing pending. Okay, I save it. That's it. This is how you close an inquiry using either these three stages of your CRM, or by going through the entire follow-up procedure and getting it done phase by phase automatically. Okay, the automation stops at the second level, at the third level, because that's the physical follow-up you again have to do to check whether you have really received a PO or not, because this is what the system cannot track. The system can track, okay, I have selected a buyer. The system can track that you have sent an offer, but how will the system know that the money has come in? That is what you have to tell the system. Okay, the money has come in. Now this account stage is been completed. That's when everything completes. Okay, so these are the three stages of the CRM, which I just told you about, the three stages of a CRM. And I have also completed how do I perform a follow-up on my inquiry. So both these points are covered up in this tutorial. Well, I think there are 3 points which I've covered up. I've also showed you how do I email a follow-up report to my seniors or buyer. Okay. We have not given the button here, but in our other system we have a button, email follow-up history. The moment you click on email follow-up history, an email is created and the body of that email has all the follow-up history. Okay, that's what we mean by saying how do I email a follow-up report to my seniors or buyer. So all these 3 points have been covered up in this one single tutorial. Okay, so that's how the CRM is controlled. Thank you.